moment Ayyan Manni is ridiculed and shouted at by his boss only for him to say the lines, ये arrogance में भूल गया, IQ और social status में कोई connection नहीं है. I knew that the Indian audience has to watch this remarkable film. Serious Man, directed by Sudhir Mishra, who I became a fan of especially after Hazaro Khwaishein Aisi, is based on the book by Manu Joseph. Serious Man is a satirical and hilarious take on what we know society as today, from the perspective of Ayyan Manni, played by Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Considering himself to be of the 2G generation, that only in retrospect understood the importance of education, has aspirations to make sure his offspring does not have to deal with the same roadblocks and disdain with which he experienced life. His observations of the people that pass him by on a daily basis and the journey with his son Adi, played by Akshat Das, that consumes his being. A relentless pursuit of some form of notoriety in a society that does not bat an eyelid on his existence forms the crux of the film, shedding light on how every faction of society, be it innovators, politicians, or even the common man working for survival, are looking after their own motives. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether this film is worth your time on Netflix or not. The underwhelming aspects. Fleshing out supporting characters and subplots. This is not necessarily a flaw in the film, but I wanted to make sure I cover the thoughts of purists who might be huge fans of the source material. For anyone who has read Manu Joseph's book, you would know his unapologetic take on the people and society in general, especially the descriptive nature of his writing, something that readers praised immensely. Now, whenever a book is being adapted into a film, it of course in the process has to transition to become a cohesive and, more importantly, engaging film. This in turn leads to many changes. Therefore, if you have read the book, you might in several instances feel that the film did not flesh out the characters or relationships enough, that also were integral in various plot points. Some of the characters who are provided context in the book in regards to who they are and where they come from just seem to be a part of the world in the film without dwelling deep into their individual stories, unlike the book. While purists might be nitpicky about the several changes made to the adaptation, I have to say that the editing, plot changes, as well as the visual treatment is spot on for it not only to be entertaining but a thought-provoking watch for both the fans of the book and just people tuning in for the film. The good, the dialogues. The writing is one of the strongest qualities about this film. It both has this natural quality which you would assume is how characters would interact with one another, and actually has gems of wisdom also through Nawazuddin Siddiqui's observational take on society and its elements. Writers Nirain Bhatt, Abhishek Khuman, Bhavesh Mandalya and Nikhil Nair have done a phenomenal job through this film. Nawazuddin Siddiqui's character, who works in the National Institute of Fundamental Research as the secretary of a scientist, hilariously describes how scientists spend crores of money only to come to the conclusion that man knows nothing. While there seems to be scientific breakthrough in understanding the origin of mankind, politicians seem to nod and pretend to understand what the innovators are talking about. While Nawazuddin's character seeks for some favors from the politicians that have used them as a marketing tool and are a bit hesitant, Nawazuddin points out, लोगों को मंदिर मस्जिद से फर्क पड़ता है, साइंस इंस्टीट्यूट में क्या हो रहा है उससे नहीं. Without revealing too much of the several gems in the film, you will realize that the writing is one aspect that stands out and stays with you. Attention to detail. The first frame itself hilariously opens with the song Raat Hai Kala Chhata, providing you context to the lives of majority Indians who figure out a way to exist in this organized chaos. What fascinated me the most was the attention to detail also visually captured by cinematographer Alexander Surkala. The contrast of the high rises and the densely populated chawls as Nawazuddin's character contemplates the irreversible damage he may have caused. The sequence in which Nawazuddin is writing a letter of paternity leave to take care of his wife, only to constantly refer to the dictionary, making sure he maxes out and showing off his vocabulary. The film captures the lives of blue-collar workers who are ridiculed and told when to give their perspective. The lack of acknowledgement of their sheer existence, beautifully captured with the aimless gaze of Nawazuddin, or my favorite of the film, pretending to be on a call, passing orders in English as he passes through security of a 5-star hotel to legitimize that he belongs there. You will find several sequences of human nature that will make you self-reflect or even reminisce moments that you have observed or experienced. Performances. The star cast of the film are brilliant in every shape and form. Nasser as Acharya, Nawazuddin's boss, and a scientist seeking for alien microbes in the stratosphere embodies the prejudice and natural disdain he has for mediocrity with ease. Indra Tiwari as Ayyan Manni, the loyal but no-nonsense wife of Saying As It is a casting decision that I absolutely love. She brings forth the groundedness necessary in Ayyan's life. And Indra truly is effortless in every way. She does not require a lavish lifestyle or materialistic things. She trusts her husband blindly but calls out what she finds problematic instantly. Shweta Basu Prasad and Sanjay Narvekar as a politician father-daughter duo that exploit the fascinating wonder kid Adi for their capitalist motives while not being totally fleshed out lend convincing performances. It's Nawazuddin Siddiqui and Akshat Das as the father-son duo that are the stars of the show. Before I get to Nawazuddin Siddiqui, the child actor as Adi provides a perfect balance between being oblivious of the meaning of all the attention he is getting and the urge to make his father proud. His dramatic moments never develop to become overbearing in any way. While mouthing lines like "I am wondering about photosynthesis in maths class" and shouting he doesn't have time for primitive minds, Akshat is spectacular in this film. Commentary on society. The pure gold statements of society through this film will resonate the most with you. A brilliant take on what we are surrounded by are all marketing tactics to lure the general and gullible public. Politicians with their schemes, journalists with their code of ethics, scientists with their leaps in innovation, advertisements of products and services are only a means to grab hold of the attention of the impressionable public. A secretary like Ayyan that gets the opportunity to be a keen observer of people from different stratas of society provides a bird's eye view on the hypocrisy and the fake garb that humans put to seem well put and sorted out. He provides a pragmatic and realistic observation, unlike the starry gaze of the common man of the pearly gates where they are not welcome. He not only observes people and their preconceived notions and biases, but exposes it in front of them in a hilarious scene where an admissions officer is curious where he stands according to his surname. Nawazuddin Siddiqui has honestly I'm saying this, has outdone himself in this film. His tough exterior, his relentless pursuit to change his fate, especially of his son for a brighter tomorrow, begs the question, but at what cost? This, I honestly feel, is the transition of an actor like Nawazuddin who has become a star now, a bona fide star, who possesses all the tricks of the art form to carry a film on his shoulders. Serious Man is worth your time and money totally, for the acting performances, for the inventive writing, for the thought-provoking take on our society, and most importantly, for the sake of cinema. You can watch the movie on Netflix. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.